What's up guys, Renegade here, and today you're going to be seeing a good one. This is a 122 to 5 gameplay you got right here. 122 kills, it's crazy, and I'm going to be telling you guys how you can get over 100 kills in a match, and a lot of them are simple tips, but there's some things that I would highly recommend what other people do not tell you on other how to get 100 pluses. So firstly, I'm going to start with the basic. You practically need to play Ground War Domination. Ground War because there's 9v9, and Domination rather than Kill Confirmed, because Kill Confirmed is 100 tags to win, and Ground War Domination can go on for a very long time depending on captures and all that kind of stuff. And what I'm going to tell you guys now is first of all, I'm going to say the first thing, there's two options to stay stealthy. You can not have Ghost and fill it up with a different slot and have a silencer on your gun. For that, some people don't, but that is one thing you can do on this gameplay. That is something I've not done, but you can do that. And when they have a UAV up, play defensive, keep a silencer, and you stay off the minimap when you shoot. Or you can do what I've done in this gameplay, have Ghost, but have no silencer on your weapon, and you are off the radar at all times until you shoot, so you can dodge around and all this, and have power in your gun, still have the range on your gun, but just show up when you are obviously blasting some people. So that's the first thing I'd recommend, because you want to stay off the map. Oh my god, I hated that bit. I so much thought I had him right there. You want to stay off the map as much as you can. Secondly, it's all about kill streaks. I'd highly recommend using, it depends on how many kills you actually want to get. I'd highly recommend using the VSAT, the Lodestar / K9. K9 can be slightly better in more confined maps. For this map, the Lodestar is better because you can get a lot more kills, but the K9 is good for a lot more confined maps where the Lodestar wouldn't be able to get. And also the K9 works in with the team of Swarm for maps where you can't always get in because they're camping inside because Swarm's out, but your K9 can still get in and kill them. So if there's more of a confined map, have K9 instead of Lodestar. Do Orbital VSAT, K9, and then Swarm after. And if you really want to go for them kills, then I would recommend going Lodestar, then K9, then Swarm, but that's for the serious kills, and it's going to be pretty hard to get your Lodestar straight away because it's going to be all kills. When you get to your VSAT, you're pretty much guaranteed to get your next score streak, and so on. So I'd say go for the VSAT because it's quicker to get, and you know where everyone is on the map. So that's one of the main ones right there. And secondly, I'd say, I know this is the third tip, ain't it? The type of gun is, you'd have to have the gun which really suits you best for mid/long range. And if you're playing on a map like Raid, then you're really going to have, I don't know what happened to my video there. I'm just going to say this now, guys. I'm sorry about my video. I don't know, my laptop's been rather slow lately, so the sound compared to the actual gameplay is a little bit behind, so I do apologise for that. And some bits it's a bit jumpy on because my laptop is got a really slow processor and all that. Now, where was I? I was talking about guns. You're going to have a gun which you're really comfortable with, but you're going to have a gun which can deal with mid to long range, just so you can pick off them enemies when it comes to that encounterment. Unless if you're playing on a map like, you won't have standoff on Ground War. Unless playing on a map like Raid, for example, then you can probably go submachine gun. You can go submachine gun on this. I've gone submachine gun and got a 90 plus 100 gameplay on submachine gun, actually I have. But this I had the SWAT. I've not long just started using the SWAT. I quite like the SWAT, to be quite honest with you. I think it's a wicked gun. Yeah, go for the weapon that you really feel comfortable with, but try and have it so it's mid to long range shots as well, just for them times. What else can I say? I'll also tell you what kind of perks you can use. Highly recommend Scavenger, because you're going to want to fill up your perks, so you ain't going to have a secondary slot, because you want to fill up a lot of the perks as possible, so you would have a knife as a secondary slot. So get Scavenger so you can replenish your ammo all the time, because without replenishing your ammo, you're going to have to pick up other people's guns. It might be hard to find a decent gun that you like, so you can consistently stay with a gun that you like, and that will be awesome. That will keep you running, and that will fuel you to get all the kills that you need. In this gameplay, I used the reflex sight. I will say, I only used it because I was using the SWAT, but I do recommend choosing a different attachment rather than a reflex sight, but I can't use the SWAT as good if I don't use the reflex sights. That's why I used it on the SWAT, because the SWAT is an awesome gun, but I can't seem to use it by the reflex sight. So I will recommend having something else on your gun instead of the reflex sight. If you're using a submachine gun, maybe long barrel, something like that, would be absolutely awesome. What else? I can't remember what perks I was using for my red perks. But for blue, I chose Ghost on this. I've done the Ghost and no silencer setup. So, but yeah, you want to try and have 4 or 5 perks. That's what I usually do when I go for these gameplays. Have no secondary or like that. Have no tactical. Have no lethal. Just go for perks. Have a gun. Have it customized. Put a few attachments on there, and then that's I'd say that's the best thing to do to get 100 plus. And I'd say it's easier to get 100 plus on maps that are open like this, because your swarm can always get them and stuff. But if you really want 100 plus, guys, then what you're going to have to do is really actually going to go for ground war, try and pick out a domination match, and it's all about the kill streaks. Because realistically, only about 30 to 40 kills are from your gun. The rest of them are from the swarm, lodestar, /K9 and all that crap. It ain't actually that many that you get with your gun, so I'd highly recommend that you have to save these high score streaks. You don't have to all the time, but unless if you really like a really good gunman or get really lucky, then you're going to need these score streaks, because else you won't. I can pretty much guarantee you won't reach such high kills in a gameplay than what you do here. I'd also recommend having foregrip on your gun like I'm using in this gameplay, because you really want to have that recoil as minimum as possible when you're aiming down sights, especially with a gun like SWAT. You really want that minimized, because you don't want to be missing any shots. Trust me, you miss some shots and that could be your you know, score streak over, because they could turn. That's happened plenty of times with me. Most of the deaths that I got on this game, for example, were stupid deaths, what shouldn't have happened. But oh, this bit was really annoying. I could have got a really nice quad there if someone didn't have the lightning strike. Oh, that was really annoying. But yeah, lodestar is good, but only have it for open maps like Turbine. If you're going for something like Raid, I would highly recommend going for K9, because as soon as people hear that the swarm is around, they stay inside, so the K9 can pick off them guys. So that's about wrapping it up really. They're my top main tips. You can definitely have Ghost or Silencer. One of the first things that I said, definitely have one of them to stay off the map. That is a definite. Have Scavenger as a definite, and don't have a secondary as a definite. Other than that, you can play around with your class to try and customize it to the best of your ability, and I highly recommend having those high kill streaks. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Not got too long now, probably got about a minute left on the video, so just going to speak generally about, if you watch my videos consistently, I think it's part 4, maybe part 5, I think it's part 4 though, of Nuketown Live Zombies has gone corrupted, guys, so I'm so sorry about that. For some reason that has gone corrupted, so I won't be uploading that, but I did get to around 39, but that was awesome. I got around 39, and no, sorry about that, guys, but I can't upload that. I'm so sorry it got corrupted. I really do need a new laptop. This one sucks. So coming to the end of the gameplay now. I got 122 to 5. I was playing on my brother's account. Unfortunately, I weren't on my own account at the time. I've got 100 pluses on my own account before, but I've never got 122. My others were like 102 kills to 2 deaths, but 122 is quite a big difference from 102. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed my video, and if you did, leave a like. Also, leave me a comment down below, and if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I've got a lot of Black Ops 2 content, so hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully I'll see you in my next video, and guys, have a lovely day.